chicken chasseur or hunter's chicken. That's the name of the dish. Make sure you're able to say it. You know what it is, okay? You need to tourne your potatoes. Tourne, take your potatoes. Depending on how big it is, you should be able to get 2. If it's really big potatoes, you should be able to get 3. But the tourne cut is the barrel or the turned potato cut, okay? It's gonna look and feel awkward the first couple of times, but just go with it, okay? 2 knives you can use. You can use the actual tourne knife, which has a sickle on it, so that curve, or you can use just a regular paring knife. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with. I personally am more comfortable with a straight knife, but I'm going to demo it with both. Each plate needs to have 3 tourne potatoes. This is the goal, okay? And as you get those potatoes cut, where should they go? In water. It doesn't have to be an ice bath. This just happens to be the water that I have sitting here so that they don't drown, okay? So, grab the potato in between your thumb and 1 or 2 fingers, hold it up high, eye level almost. And what you're going to do is literally turn and cut the potato. And so, it's a C motion. You're turning the potato in a C, you're turning the knife in a C, but they're opposite directions. Does that make sense? And so what you want to do is start close to your fingertip. I see that. Bow out and finish close to your fingertip at the bottom. Does that make sense? I'll show you. So here's your first cut. And the idea is to have 7 sides to this potato. Two. Every time I cut, I turn. 3. 4. Count 1. This is actually 6. 6. And your last cut. 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides, okay? Flip it, do the exact same thing, okay? This time, you follow all of the flat sides. Come close if you need to see them, okay? But you want to follow all of the flat sides that you created. At this point, all I'm doing is contouring it so that I get it down to that desired goal, okay? And I'll show this again when you guys start working in just a minute. So I'm just following those 7 sides that I cut into the potato. I'm not changing any sides. I'm whittling away at those sides so I have the shape that I want. And now I'm not cutting a lot. If you notice the first go around, I made huge cuts in the potato. Did I move out the way? I'm sorry. I made huge cuts in the potato. I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm just cutting down to thin it out, okay? Once I'm satisfied with the size, one of the mistakes that the students tend to make, they just keep whittling and whittling and whittling. Before you know it, when you go to cook it, it falls apart. So it needs to have some thickness to it. Don't cut it down too much. Don't spend too much time on these either, okay?
So many potatoes going to look weird.
The idea is that you're never able to get a tourne potato, 2 tourne potatoes to look exactly the same. But what you want to have is consistency and uniformity in terms of length and thickness and 7 sides all the way. There is no such thing as a perfect one, okay? The last part of a tourne is to blunt your ends, okay? So we take those tourne potatoes, we drop them in our boiling water, and the way you know they're done, when you stick your knife in it, it shouldn't stay on the knife anymore. It should slide back off. So we're gonna go take these over, drop them in our boiling water. All right, now we start the process of browning our chicken so that we can get that chicken in the oven. My oven is already preheated to 375. All right, so what we do is we take about a tablespoon of the olive oil and we put it in that pan. We want that pan to be really hot. That oil, come close again, it should run or develop the lines in it when it's hot enough. Streak, that's a better word. I like streak better. And it's not quite doing that yet. We want this to really, really sizzle so that we can get the color and crisp on that chicken skin before it goes in the oven. Okay, we start it on the burner, we finish it in the oven. Okay? So, what temperature does chicken have to cook to?
165.
165. So what you're going to do is season your chicken with just salt and pepper.
Why are these flavors so high?
Both sides. And then we put the chicken in skin side down. It's going to smoke a little bit, but that's okay. And we leave it there until it gets nice and caramelized. We want plenty of color on there. Meanwhile, what should you do?
Wash your board off.
Okay. All right, so now we have a clean board. We allow that chicken to continue to caramelize, if you will. We want nice color on the skin. While that's going on, what should I do?
Get your look at a context of potatoes.
I need to check my potatoes.
Let's get potatoes.
This one. Again. Now, does anybody recall what's the name of the flavor, the little brown spots that develop in the bottom of this pan? Soups. Those soups or soups, we'll take it either way. They are an important part of this sauce, okay? Watch your heat. A little more color than this. What we don't want to do is burn those soups, so we need to control our pan heat. Okay? But we want to get that color, we want to get that essence. Okay? Alright, so we're happy with that. This goes in the oven.
Lauren Coward, please come to the main office. Lauren Coward, come to the main office.
We're going to turn this heat off. Huh?
Those are oven safe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
They're for the oven. Wrong oven, baby. Okay. Turn your heat off. Remove that pan from the heat, but don't wash it because that's all flavor. That's what we use to make our sauce. So now we'll start actually working with our vegetables, if you will, our mise en place, to get ready to make our sauce. Meanwhile, never forgetting about my potatoes. Okay? Shallots. Go ahead, ask your
How
question.
often should we check your potatoes?
How often should you check your potatoes? Hey, Tiffany. Well, at CCAP they'll be right there, so I would keep a close eye on them and check them maybe every 3 to 4 minutes because they won't take long. That potato is actually almost done. What you don't want them to do is fall apart. So the shallot gets minced. It says a medium shallot is minced. Mushrooms. These should be thick sliced. Actually, I'm going to do my garlic next. Fresh garlic. The garlic is, help me out.
Minutes, finally.
Finally minced. The other ingredient that I need for this sauce is my mushrooms. The mushrooms,
Clean this right off? Sorry.
yes, the mushrooms are going to be thick sliced because what happens to mushrooms as we saute them?
They absorb a lot of water.
And they shrink. And so we don't want anything that looks like little black spots in our dish, so we're going to thick slice the mushrooms. You okay? So since my potato is done, I'm going to begin to boil that tomato to get my concasse going, because that's the last vegetable that I need to cut. What do I need to do to that tomato to get those concasses?
Do an X at the top.
Gotta do my X. We have our shallot mince, we have our garlic, we have our button mushrooms, we have our tarragon, which is chopped. This is tarragon. Tarragon has like a licorice smell to it. Gives you that sweet and savory, classic chicken chasseur. You have to have mushrooms, tomatoes, tarragon. It's just that simple. And then the other thing that I need is my cold butter to finish off my sauce.